All right, welcome back to the Central Valley Buzz. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. Our next guest, Philip Guruli from Macro Financial. Phil,
hey,
how's
Chuck.
it going, man?
Good
How
to
are
see
you?
Good to see you.
You having a good time today out there?
For sure. Good laughs.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you tried some of that food?
Got some taquitos, great music guests. Awesome.
Well, good to have you back again. Now, let's talk about what you do.
I'm a mortgage lender, so I lend money for folks who are trying to purchase homes or refinance their existing properties.
Is buying a house easy right now?
I wouldn't say it's easy. It's definitely become a lot more difficult the past few years, a lot more scrutiny, but it's definitely not impossible. So that's what I do is I help my clients, get through the whole mortgage process and successfully close on a home loan.
Well, the people out there that have the good credit, and they've had good credit for a long time, they know how to buy a house.
They do.
But let's talk about some of the people out there that might not have the perfect credit,
Sure.
that might have went through a foreclosure. Are they able to buy a house again?
There still is opportunities for folks that do not have perfect credit, and that's where I spend a lot of time with my clients, is helping them, giving them advice on things they can do to improve their credit scores. It's a very important thing when you're trying to buy a home is understanding credit and how to use it.
Now, when you coach them along as to what they should do to raise their credit score, how long does it take to get the credit score up? Because I know that when I get in the mood when I'm like, hey, I'm going to buy a house. I want it now. I don't want to wait for nothing. Yeah. I want it to happen. So how long does it take to get that credit score up?
That's a great question. There are, I was working with a client last month where we needed to boost his score by 30 or 40 points, and I was able to do that in about 3 weeks' time.
Wow.
Yep. So there is opportunities and things we can do to fix credit in a relatively short period of time.
Now, when you're telling people to do this, does this mean that you've submitted their loan application to the bank already, and the bank's telling you, hey, we can't do it because of this and this?
No. So what the first step is, before we even submit a loan to the bank, we want to make sure that the loan's going to go through. We don't want to.
And you know what's not going to, pretty much, right?
Exactly.
I mean, there's no magic to this.
We know the guidelines. We know what's going to fly and what isn't going to fly. So before we even submit that application, we're going to take some time and make sure that the loan's going to go through at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing this, Phil?
I've been doing this for 11 years now.
Yeah. And how did you get started?
I've always been interested in real estate. So I actually got started in the business in Southern California. I was living there. And
were you on the real estate end or the mortgage end?
Always mortgage, mortgage. So
you like that air conditioning.
I like staying indoors. I love, but it's a combination of real estate and personal finance. Two of my interests, and home loans just perfect fit.
Now,
for me.
you grew up in the L.A.
Grew up here in Fresno, born and raised here in Fresno.
Okay.
And graduated from San Joaquin Memorial.
Okay.
Left to go to school. Went to school at UC Santa Barbara.
Nice.
And then
That's a tough one.
Oh, I know. It was a tough 4 years. Tough 4 years.
So, now, don't anyone jump ahead of me here? Does anyone know that what's in Santa Barbara, the historical landmark that is the very first of its kind and the very last of its kind?
No.
Sambo's. Sorry. Okay. No, we were talking about Sambo's. Anybody been there?
No.
They used to have them right here in Fresno. Big chain. Big chain.
I remember that, yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to buying houses. All right. So if someone out there wants to buy a house and they want Phil to help them out, what do they do? Do they call you? Do they come in the office? Do they go on the internet?
The best way is to give me a call. The best number I can be reached at is 559-260-4457. And I have some clients that want to come in the office and have a face-to-face interview, and we can walk them through the process. I have other clients that prefer to do everything by phone, email, fax. So I leave it up to the client, whatever is best for them and whatever is most convenient.
Okay, so you guys out there looking to buy a house, Phil can help you out, and it's really not that difficult. How much time on the job are we looking for?
2 years. We want to have 2 years job history.
Okay.
Okay. But there is ways around that. Like, for example, if you went to school to get a nurse, to become a nurse, right?
You went to school to get a nurse.
To get a nurse.
Who didn't?
To get your nursing degree. And you're only on the job for 1 month. We can use that. Okay. So there's ways around the 2-year job history. If you have a specific, a degree in a particular field.
Same line of work, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Definitely.
Now, what about the down payment? Because I know that buying a house, everyone always says, well, it's cheaper to buy than it is to rent right now. But it's What's that down payment? You guys have any down payment assistance programs, anything like that?
There are plenty of down payment assistance programs out there right now. We're looking anywhere from 3.5% down. I have one down payment assistance program as low as 0.5% down.
That's the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
Which one's that?
It's called the FHA Access Program. So it's an FHA loan where you're only coming in with 0.5% down. So $200,000 home, $1,000 out of pocket.
Wow, so a $100,000 home, $500.
$500.
Wow. I think there's a lot of people out there that can do that. What's your phone number again, Phil?
559-260-4457.
You work on the weekends?
I do. We'll
Why?
be in the office all day tomorrow.
What are you doing this weekend other than working?
We work for a few hours tomorrow and then just kind of lay low, hang out, try to stay out of the heat.
There you go. Phil,
Thanks, Chuck.
always good to see you,
you.
man. Thanks for hanging out
Yeah,
today,
for
too. It's
sure,
good
for
to
sure.
have
Good to
you.
be here.